Hello everyone, it's Lindsay and welcome back to my channel. How was everyone's holidays? I hope they were so good for you. Tell me about your favorite treat that you ate or your favorite gift that you got or maybe gave to someone else. Give me all of the family hot goss. Give me the 411 about that cousin. You know the cousin, you know the one that makes you feel really good about your life even though you're not really doing anything, but just by them existing in comparison to you, you just feel so good about yourself. We want the hot goss about the divorce. We know it wasn't amicable. I'm so happy to be talking to you guys again. I took the last week of December off just to do straight up Hedon Week. Hedon Week is a holiday me and my husband created where just for the last week of December between Christmas and New Year's, you just give straight into hedonism. You want to eat cheese all day? Do it. You want to take 27 steps the whole day? Do it. Unless you feel led by the Lord specifically to do something, you are a piece of cauliflower the whole week. And I was not led to film, so here we are. If you're new to these kinds of videos, this is just basically where I recap my month. We have a chatty discourse. You tell me about your month, I tell you about mine. I break down all of the reading, writing, publishing, life stuff that I did in December. It's a great time. You should hang out. Let's go ahead and dive in. We have a bunch of stuff to talk about. First of all, writing. Remember back in October when I finished my first draft of Bitter Bones and I was like, I'm just gonna take all of November just to like chill, but work on my YA thriller just like whenever I want, just kind of like a like cutesy little extra project. Yeah, well, actually what happened was I decided to make myself a very firm goal that I was gonna finish my second draft of Project Pyro by the second week of December. And by golly, I did it. Draft 2 of Project Pyro is complete. She's still underwritten. We only have 51,673 words, but it's totally fine. I am now ahead of the game because when I go back to visit her sometime this year, I'll be a draft ahead of what I originally planned on being. A very exciting other thing that I did was that I finally revamped my desk and I just made it so much more aesthetically pleasing. I finally got a new mouse that matches. I got a mouse pad that matches. It's kind of like white, gold and pink vibes and I really like it. It's very clean versus before it was kind of cluttery and nothing really matched. It was all mismatched and I didn't love that. But now the vibes are there. And last but not least, you guys, this is the cutest thing ever. It actually made my life. So I did an event in October with a school up in Columbus. It was really fun. They picked The Glass Witch as their book club pick for the month. I met up with the class. They did a little Q&A. We talked about writing. We talked about publishing. It was wonderful. Out of the blue in December, I got this letter in the mail and it was from the school librarian, you guys, and it was filled with cards from the kids. I can't even describe to you how these make me feel. They're just so beautiful. Like some of the kids drew pictures for me, like drew pictures of my main character. One of the kids drew an alternative cover for me and all of the cards were just filled with just the sweetest little lines about how much they appreciated getting to talk and meet with me or how much they love the book or telling me their favorite parts or just like how they were so inspired to start writing themselves. Me and my husband literally just sat at my dining room table and read all of these and cried together. Like it was just the most beautiful thing pretty much ever that's ever happened to me. These are like one of my most valued possessions. All right, and next let's chat about some of my favorite books that I read in the month of December. I read 10 books in the month. I had a ton of DNFs, but these were the books that I completed. And I had a new sneak attack fave. Like I wasn't even gonna read it. It wasn't even on my TBR. And then I heard a booktuber talking about it and I was like, ooh, that sounds good. That sounds campy. Let's read it. And it's The 12 Days of Murder. This was written for me, okay? First of all, it's an isolated closed circle mystery about this group of murder mystery fanatics, like murder mystery game fanatics, where they all get characters and dress up and once a year do these really elaborate whodunit clue nights, right? Well, then of course you have the titular, oh no, somebody died and now we're not going to see each other for 10 years. 10 years later, we hop back in the story and all of the main characters are getting these mysterious letters being like, hey, let's get together for our one last hurrah, one last night of murder mysterying. Here's your character, show up in costume and we're going to do this thing. And of course they get to this house, they can't leave, people start dying one by one. But the kicker is, it's a Christmas novel. Every single character is being killed off with the rhymes of the 12 Days of Christmas. I love figuring out the mystery, like how these people were connected and like who could possibly be murdering who and what was their motive. Sneak Attack, definitely on the top 10 favorites of the year. And I didn't even expect it. It wasn't even on my radar. I love when this happens. Okay, another reading related thing that was a game changer. My husband bought me one of those Kindle mounts with the remote control page turner. So I now am able to mount my Kindle or anything. It can be a phone, it could be a tablet, it could be a Switch. Mount it up, hands-free, anywhere. Anywhere. You can have it in your bed, your recliner, like I did. I also hooked it up in front of my desk above my walking tablet so I can play video games while I get all my steps in for the day. And on the days that I'm having like a rough neck day, you know what I mean? I can just lay in bed, situate the Kindle directly over my face and keep my spine completely aligned, the remote down by my side and my fingers, and read a whole book. This is a game changer. This is my villain era initiation. Like, I'm gonna read so many books, you guys aren't gonna be able to stand me next year. I'll link the Amazon stuff down below because I know you guys are gonna need it. Moving on into some fun life stuff. Kind of a big thing happened this month for me. I turned 30. This is so weird to say. I feel like I'm perpetually 14. The fact that I'm like in the mature stage of my life just feels weird. I definitely felt it this year though. Like I feel 30, you know what I mean? Not in the way like my body aches. My body feels like it's like 97, but I just feel, I don't know, like, oh, look at that girl. You can tell she has a 401k. But I'm really excited to get into my 30s and what this next decade is going to bring. I think my 20s were really fundamental in like learning who I am, working on confidence, and learning the importance of health and moving my body. Dealing with disability acceptance too, that was really big for me. So I'm excited for taking all of these things that I learned in my 20s and applying them to my 30s and just thriving. There were two games that I was obsessed with in the month of December, and the first one was a little bit different maybe than what you would expect. But I got for my birthday this little Myrtle puzzle book. And these are essentially a mix of murder mysteries with like a hint of Sudoku in a way. I kind of have like a soft personal goal this year to work on some memory stuff. I was looking up ways to really improve my spatial memory and my recall. And one of them was puzzles. Ever since I got this on my birthday, I've been doing 2 a night and it's been really fun. Highly recommend. And then into Switch games, you guys, I got into Fae Farm. Also, I got my husband into Fae Farm and we've been playing together. I have not played such a fun, kind of big game. Like it's an expansive game. I haven't played anything this fun or this big or this like obsessive kind of drive since like Animal Crossing. I'm just having so much fun. I'm like a little fairy and I got some weird chickens and some weird bunny goat things. And I just live my little life. I live my little life. I grow my turnips. I catch some fish. I make my little teas and like forage. It's basically like living my dream life in a game. I'm obsessed. So if you play Fae Farm, let me know down below. If you don't play Fae Farm, what are you doing? Please get it. Let's chat movies and TV shows. So no new TV shows. I'm still working my way through The Only Murders in the Building with my husband. Still really enjoying it. But the one standout new watch for me was Saltburn. This is like a dark academia obsession story. It's gothic, it's funny, and it has an ending that like directly sings to my soul. You guys know me. You know I really love toxic family relationships, toxic friendships. I think they're so fun to explore in media. And this is just like the epitome of it all. Oh, it's so good. It also gives big like good for her vibes, except with the dude. It's like Eat the Rich, you know what I mean? And I don't watch a lot of movies, so the competition is not very steep. However, I feel like this is a favorite movie of the year. Okay, another cool thing that I did. This Christmas, I became the beldame. For years I've been saying I'm gonna make a doll, and I've always wanted to make a Coraline inspired doll, and I did it this year, you guys. I made a Victorian style Wednesday Addams. Like I'm not even gonna be humble about this. I killed this. Like there's no humility here. I made this and she is everything. She's perfection. I like weighted her limbs and so she's really floppy. I gave her joints so she can move her arms and her legs. Y'all maybe don't know this about me, but I actually really love dolls. Like I'm obsessed with dolls. I also collect a type of doll called Asian ball jointed dolls. If you're in the dolly community, you know. But I'm so glad that I learned how to do this because Bitter Bones is all about dolls and like a doll maker, and I just felt like it was very fitting. I think I'm gonna make another one too, and I was thinking that maybe I would make Addie, my main character from The Glass Witch. Like how fun would that be to have like a Coraline inspired little Addie to sit up here on my Glass Witch shrine? Anyways, so that's her. We love her. She's beauty, she's grace. She's a creepy little disgrace. Okay, real quick, because this video is long enough, I just wanted to go over a few things that I got for Christmas that I really enjoyed. Number one, I got Fitbit. My health is gonna be on 10 this year, you guys. Like, I haven't talked about my goals really, but I just want to turn into like a bodybuilding machine. I don't know why I think I'm gonna be able to do that, like with my spine, but like, I just want to like get arms, you know what I mean? Now I have a Fitbit and I'm like, ready to crush my workout goals. Also, if you follow me on Instagram, you would have already known, but I discovered 3D printed dragons and I'm obsessed. I'm a big dragon girly. I think I can owe it to Aragon. I read that when I was like 14 and it was like fundamental for who I am as a reader. And I asked for them for Christmas, like a million of them. This is Hadira. She sits on my desk. I love her deeply. She was my first one. We next have Malachite. He is my little autumnal dragon. Like, look how good, oh, look how good that is to just floob around. Feeling a little anxious? No, you're not anymore. The seller that I got these from also makes little like mystery egg capsules. So you just buy one. You don't know what you're getting. The first one I got was this crystal shard baby dragon, and just like look at his little face and his little painted eyes. I really like this seller. I'll link her shop down below. She's my favorite because she actually like has dragons with the painted eyes, and I feel like a lot of the 3D printed dragons don't have that, and she's superior. And then the last little boy is this little sea boy, and I named him Silver Tempest. He looks like he's got coral all over him, and I'm obsessed. Like, I literally, this is like my new thing. I go through these periods of like utter obsession with something, and then I have to collect like 40 of them, but it makes sense for me because I also am a fantasy writer, so I can put them all over my fantasy bookshelves, right? And last but not least, another collection obsession, Squishmallows. Did you guys know that McDonald's is doing Squishmallow toys right now? So if you get Happy Meals, you can get little tiny McDonald's Happy Meal toys. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna gain like 40 pounds just in nuggets trying to get these this month. For my birthday, me and Brian went out and we went to an amusement park, and they had like a little like arcade section. So of course he tried to win me some toys and he succeeded. I got this little avocado with a little wintry hat. His name is Austin. He also won me this little adorable caterpillar named Cordelia. And then just in one of the shops, I saw the most beautiful Squishmallow I've ever seen in my life. This is V. She is a golden owl. I have seriously never seen a more beautiful Squishmallow, and she lived next to my Christmas tree all season. So anyways, that was my December. It was wonderful. It was so wonderful. It was so relaxing, so well needed, but really productive in the beginning when I was still working. But I really want to hear about your holiday season. Tell me all about it. And seriously, I wasn't kidding about that cousin drama. I want it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.